Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you just another brief update. This is the Factory 5 Racing Type 65 Coupe. This is basically a version of the Shelby Daytona, for those of you who are not familiar with this style or shape of car. In an earlier video, we shared with you the progress we're making on the bodywork of the front nose. We talked about the headlights and the driving lights. The next thing that we're working on is the metal or the aluminum. So basically underneath the hood we obviously have the front hood raised up. This area in front of the driver had a lot of, and it's all been dry fitted and we've removed it. So you can see there's some holes here that were drilled or pre-drilled for a plate that goes on top, and then it's pop riveted in place. So this was all boxed in, similar to the front radiator area, but it's unfinished aluminum. So you can see, for example, this front piece here that the guys are dry fitting on. So basically what they recommend, and it's ease of building the car, is you have all of these pieces and then you basically clamp them into place, you pre-drill holes and pop rivet them in, and then once they're there, it's done, you move on to the rest. But personally, a lot of guys say I'm anal, I just don't like this look. I don't like it. To me it seems unfinished, especially on this area in here. You can see where it's all pop riveted. There's seam sealer or caulking that you put so you don't rattle in between, and there's a lot of pop rivets there. So I personally just don't like this kind of a unfinished look. So they do such a nice job, Factory 5 Racing, with their engineering and their designing of the frames. And then as an upgrade you can have the frame powder coated, and our client who owns this car opted for the upgraded powder coating on the complete chassis. So when you have that powder coated, it just makes perfect sense to me to powder coat the aluminum pieces. So we have the luxury of having powder coating set up here in our building. So we have the restoration business and we also do the powder coating in-house. So this is kind of the concept that our customer and myself kind of came up with that I like. So this piece is one of the panels that's going to go inside the wheel well in the back of the car. So the guys have dry fitted it. They did a little bit of trimming where needed, and they drilled just one pilot hole just to kind of get things in place to make sure it was fitted properly. So it basically started as a piece like this, and then we basically treat it, wash it, and get it detailed, and then we pre-bake it or gas it out in an oven, and then we apply. So there's many choices for powder coating paint, and this is a light texture and it's a black, and it's more of a satin type of finish. So it is extremely durable. It's baked in an oven at 375 degrees, and it's a really nice contrast in my opinion. I just got dust all over it, so I apologize for all the dust spots, but just to give you an idea the different look. So if that is inside and fastened to the frame, to the chassis, I think that's a much better look personally than having this unfinished aluminum look. So basically what the guys have been working on is the client, the father and son, basically built a lot of this and had everything in place. So there's same as the heater box on that side. So what the guys did for me today is they've removed all of this, and we're going to modify this top plate. And the reason for that is you can see we have our braking, we've got our a lot of stuff is right there up top, and there's no access to it if you pop rivet it solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to use threaded inserts, and I'll share that in an upcoming video. So basically in essential areas where we want to have access to it, we don't want to just put pop rivets in and leave it like that, because for serviceability later on, then someone has to go in there and drill all those pop rivets out, and I'd hate to see if they don't have the right size drill bit, and you're trying to work on your master cylinder or do something with your brakes or hose line or accelerator cable. I think it's much better just to have a threaded insert, and then it's going to have basically stainless hardware. So there'll be bolts. You just remove the bolts. This panel is an access panel. You'll be able to lift it up and do the service or maintenance. So in the lower areas where we don't require access, then I agree totally with applying pop rivets to hold everything in place. And then we have a different type of caulking that's not going to be this sloppy. So we'll do a bead on the inside of all the edges that won't come out. But I think this is a much nicer look, a better option, having like a fine textured black. It's powder coated. It adheres very, very well to the aluminum. So we'll share with you another video. So the guys are working on this, and the next step for them, while I'm getting everything powder coated and treated for them in the front, is they're going to start working on the back glass and hatch area. So that'll be the next video coming up. So this is the Factory 5 Racing Type 65 Coupe. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.